Okay,
Cool.
we're good to go.
All right. Do you want to start or do you want me to?
I honestly don't care. It's up to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just want to start asking me questions, that'll be fine.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so how old were you when your greatest eating experience ever happened?
So I think my greatest eating experience actually happened with in the past. It was actually last year at the end of the year. Me and my girlfriend drove over to Miami and went to Hell's Kitchen, and it was one of the most phenomenal experiences I've ever had.
So you went to Hell's Kitchen. Did you have to have reservations or anything like that?
You didn't actually have to, but we decided to because we honestly figured it was going to be more busy than it was. But we went on like a Wednesday, so there really wasn't many people at like 6
So there's a few Hell's Kitchens. Did you say where the location
in
was?
Miami.
In Miami.
Miami. Yep.
Was it for a special occasion or you were just going?
No, we were in town because it was right before Christmas and New Year's, so we visited my sister and her husband, and kind of last minute we decided that we were gonna drive 2 hours and go to Miami because we had never been. And Hell's Kitchen was a show that we'd been watching for the past like 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so walk me through what goes on in your head when you're in Miami and you're walking in to Hell's Kitchen.
Well, first of all, even though I was like dressed up nice, I still felt underdressed because everybody that walked in was in like formal clothing, it felt like. But once we got in, they were super nice. They took us up to our table, and then uh, one of the main coolest things was they had like a drink menu, but there was a drink that had a little letter from Gordon Ramsay. And after that, we went into appetizers. We got the shoot, I got the steak. She got a pasta, and the presentation of just the whole experience was what really put it over the top.
So you got appetizers. Do you remember what you got for an appetizer?
Oh, it's their. I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's like a pasta, and then it has shrimp on top, I believe. It's one of like his most like famous dishes. Ah, shoot. Why can I not think of it? I know I have pictures of it. Let me quick just pull some up so that I can think about it. It was sorry. I cannot find it. Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it was one of his most like famous dishes that is like throughout all of his restaurants and one of his like go-tos.
So you have apps, you get the steak. Um, Obviously it probably tasted amazing. Presentation was your favorite
Mhm.
part, you said. Uh,
Yep.
did we go to dessert at all?
We got a creme brulee. Since we put it was like we put it as our anniversary, so they actually gave us a free dessert for that.
And it was you and your sister.
No, my girlfriend,
Your
my
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. I was about to say, I was
We
like,
were vi- we were visiting my sister. Yeah.
oh, okay.
No, no, we were visiting my sister in Florida, and we decided to go from her house to Miami.
Okay. So you consider that as a date, right? To Hell's Kitchen.
Yes,
How,
yes.
where does that rank on dates that you've been on with your girlfriend?
Number one,
Number one.
number one. Yep,
Okay.
no doubt
What's
about it.
um and then last questions, I guess. Did you ever think in your head, first of all, did you ever think, are there going to be famous? Am I going to see famous people?
Oh yeah, 100%. Our whole goal was to hopefully see Gordon Ramsay himself, but that was very, very slim. But there weren't any celebrities that we had saw there that we knew of. So it was mostly just It looked like a bunch of locals.
Nice. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks. That sounds like an incredible time, to be honest. I'm jealous.
It really was. It really was.
All right. Cool.
All right. Yeah, that was like a little under 5 minutes, so that should be right about perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Let me get another recording started. All right. John, so I'm here today to ask you what your most memorable eating experience has been and like what age or area was that around?
Yeah. So really funny because I'm gonna tell you one that so we just talked about obviously like Hell's Kitchen. This is
Mhm.
so different on the spectrum of like what my eating experience was. There honestly is a few that come to mind that I just want to mention. So there's one that was in like my 1 year anniversary dinner that I had in Asheville, North Carolina, overlooking like the mountains, and like that was
Mhm.
incredible. The second one was a really, really weird dinner I had with, and this is like another story for another time, but I had a dinner, myself, my friend, another friend, and his dad, and other pilots, because his dad's like a pilot, and there was two other pilots, and they were barely spoke English, but they like slow braised like a pork for like 8 hours, and we just drank wine and ate the pork at this dinner. But the one I'll talk about is I went to, I think I was around like 17 or 18 years old, and I went to Dustin's barbecue um, with like eight of my friends. And it was a very like random, like, I don't know how we were all just hanging out, young, hanging out. I'm 26 now, so this was a while ago. And we just decided, hey, let's just go to Dustin's barbecue. And it really was like the greatest eating experience I've ever had.
What made it such a memorable experience? Was it the food? Was it the atmosphere? Was it just the people you were with?
Yeah, so what made it memorable is the fact that how, like, those moments in life where you have like zero expectations and
Hmm.
it just ends up being like this incredible moment. And I think that's part of when looking back, it's like the fact that I remember going to Dustin's barbecue and all of my friends that were there like still talk about that time we went to Dustin's barbecue. But it was basically, so it wasn't the atmosphere. Like we walk in and it's just like a Dustin's barbecue. Like you feel like you're at like a Sonny's or whatever. And you're just like, whatever, this is fine. But it was the fact that eight of us, like I think it was 6 to 8 of us, sat down, and the energy was just high. I think like we were all like just happy to like be alive in the moment, I guess, like because we were young and it was like, oh yeah, we're all here, whatever. And then instantly we get the menu and we're like, should we just like get the platter, like the big Dustin's barbecue, like most expensive buffet meal for the whole table? And everyone immediately was like, yes, let's do it. So once we got that, it was really just us seeing how big and how much food we just got. All of us really not having that much money for it, but we still spent it. And having the feast we did and the energy of all of my friends' different personalities and how much fun we just had in the moment, that made it like, and I've never seen some of my friends laugh as hard as I saw them at that random dinner at Dustin's barbecue. So that was
No,
really
yeah, I totally get what you mean. What kind of food was it like? Like, what was there like any dish that stuck out to you, or like any piece of food that you were like, this is just incredible for no reason?
Yeah, so I honestly really want to look up their menu real quick because they have like it was literally everything because you what we got, like, yeah, so they have like the plates or like the dinner plates, like you're getting like chicken breast, like we probably got like the chicken breast, the pulled pork, the sliced pork, like all the sides. Like I don't remember a specific meal that was, or one thing that I had that like was incredible. I'm sure at the time we were just like eating literally everything and going like, oh my god, the mac and cheese is going, oh my goodness, like the pulled pork. So I think it's just everything combined. Yeah.
Nice. Have you guys ever like talked about going back and doing that again, or like it was that just kind of like a spur of the moment where it'll probably never be like that was?
So we every single time and I'll do this alone or just with my girlfriend, every single time I pass the Dustin's barbecue, it is like a moment where I look at Dustin's barbecue and I have this like it's like this moment. It truly, I don't think we'll ever do it again unless I really say to all of my friends, hey, I really think like one time we should just all go back to Dustin's barbecue. And it would literally have to be a setup because it's like, when you try to get like, if you try to get like 6 to 8, it doesn't matter, like friends to at this age to be at one place
Yeah,
at
I
one
was about to
time.
say, especially at this age, it's difficult.
It's
Everybody's busy.
exactly. So it's like I would really have to plan it and make it an effort. So I don't
Hmm.
really know if it will ever happen again. And I know that it's almost like it's like a legendary thing that just happens once in life and you can never really repeat it. So I'm kind of okay with just being like, we can do other stuff and just leave Dustin's barbecue as like this legendary place that we went to when we were younger.
Well, that's awesome to hear. It sounds like it was quite the experience.
Yeah, it was a weird one for sure.
Well, thank you for your interview, and I hope you get to have that experience at least one more time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Cool. I'm gonna stop
Uh,
the recording.
that was perfect.
Okay, let's see. Let me